Do we have some news? And it's something that I predicted a few months ago, and I really feel that this time they're going to do it. That they're going to do it. A while back, I was like, I think they're going to add Han, Luke, and Leia to the Mando and Grogu film. Like, at this point, they have no choice but to throw them in there to get people to come and watch the movie if it's going to make some money. And the announcement that just happened over the weekend, I'm just saying, I feel like it's going to be true, and I'm going to explain why. I mean, look at this picture that they released, okay? Just look at it. And before I get into the article that was written on the official Disney theme park vlog, could you do me a huge favor and please hit the subscribe button? It's a free thing that you could do that helps out the channel. All right? Now let's get into it.
Look at that, Grogu. Let's look around. Check the place out. This is the way.
That video of The Mandalorian was posted on the official Disney and Disney Parks Instagram, and I believe on their X. And you might be asking yourself, what the heck is the Razor Crest? Isn't that ship blown up? What's it doing in Cloud City with the Millennium Falcon with the wrong satellite dish, I might add? Well, it all ties into the Mando and Grogu film. Look at this article. New details from Mando and Grogu's Millennium Falcon mission revealed. A brand new adventure is coming your way, so prepare to jump into light speed. First announced at the D23. The new adventure features Din, the Mando. It's coming to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at both Walt Disney World Resort and Disneyland Resorts. And yes, Grogu's coming along for the ride too. And they're changing up the Smuggler's Run ride at both Galaxy's Edge, which means they're probably breaking that Last Jedi timeline to change things up a bit, to make things fresh and new and all that stuff. But what does that have to do with the movie, Jay? The article continues. It's something that can only be done at Disney, bringing avid Star Wars fans closer to the stories they know and love, being the innovative magic at Disney parks. This update is only a precursor or two away. Both the upcoming Mandalorian and Grogu movie and the update to the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run will debut on May 22nd, 2026. So the ride's going to change the exact same day that the movie's going to open, probably to avoid spoilers of the film. Right? You get what I'm saying? Now, the quote here is like, opening an attraction and such a massive movie on the same day wouldn't be possible without the relationship we have inside Disney. John and Dave, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, have shared their story with us. So now we're working together to come up with a new mission for Smuggler's Run that plays into this narrative, into the movie. All right? Everybody following along so far? Working alongside the Mandalorian team, the Imagineers captured scenes for the attraction on the movie set. Yes, look at the pictures from the movie set. Cloud City, a broken up Death Star. Looks like Tatooine and the Jawas over there. It says you might see some familiar and beloved Star Wars locations aboard the Millennium Falcon. Care to take a trip to Cloud City, anyone? And then the quote from Favreau says, this isn't going to retell what happens in the movie. It's more like participating in something that's happened just off camera from what you see in the film. Jon Favreau also came out on stage with the BDX droids that you see below. He said, hey, look, they're also in the movie, and they're also going to be at the theme parks. So they're really trying here to get people excited for Star Wars. Like what you see in the film, you're going to see at the parks. So we're trying to integrate that. They haven't done a good job in doing that because they kept Galaxy's Edge in this weird timeline in between the Rise of Skywalker and The Last Jedi. So they didn't allow anything else in their Star Wars park, which is completely idiotic and stupid. But hey, it's Lucasfilm we're talking about here. All right, so let's get down to the matter at hand. This is a picture that is supposed to be part of the film that's going to be in the ride. The Millennium Falcon, the Razor Crest. So this could be implying that the Razor Crest gets rebuilt, or there's some kind of flashback scene. We also see Cloud City. So who is piloting the Millennium Falcon? And I have said this for some time, that Han, Luke, and Leia probably will come together in this film because they've already had Luke as part of the Mandalorian series. Why not have Han and Chewbacca in the ship, and then maybe Leia will buzz in and say, hey, I need your help for something. That way they could get all three of them back together. Maybe it's for 5 seconds. I don't know. Maybe Han's like, hey, you're all clear, kid. Now shoot this thing and let's go home. Maybe that's what he does. I'm not sure, but this is what was released. So obviously it's going to be something, unless they pull it's just Chewbacca while the other guys are just resting somewhere. Who knows? Maybe it's Lando. Maybe they're going to pull Lando in, and it's Lando and Chewie. You know, they're still flying this thing around while Han's hanging out on Endor. I don't know. Here's another picture that they said they got from the movie that they're incorporating it in the ride. This is the broken up Death Star from Return of the Jedi. I guess they have to figure out a way to make it, you know, fall into the moon so Rey can find it 30 years later. Even though in the movie, we saw it completely incinerated in space. So maybe this is their way of like, yeah, see, it didn't really blow up like you guys saw in the movie Return of the Jedi. It just kind of cracked in a few pieces here. And that's why the sequel trilogy makes sense. And the last one here is probably Tatooine, I'm going to say, because of the Jawas and the ship. It might not be. It might be a new desert planet. That's all Star Wars needs now is more desert planets. Heck, this could actually be Jakku. I mean, who really knows? It's hard to tell these days. But I'm just saying, I really feel that they are going to try to pull in the nostalgia bug, bring these characters back. We didn't get them together in the sequel trilogy, so maybe Jon Favreau's like, hey, man, I'm going to make it right. You saw what he did with Luke Skywalker at the end of Mandalorian Season 2. They saw the reaction. They know that's what people wanted. They know it had an emotional reaction for many, not everyone. And it looks like they might pull this off again because Mando Season 3 was such a disaster. They're like, we got to do something to get people in to watch this film. The thing is, I'm not the only one speculating about this. It's all over social media. This person here says, oh, it's going to be Han and Lando. They're going to team up with Din and Grogu. We already had Luke. They're not going to bring Luke back for, the movie. We already had him in Season 2. Let's bring in Han, and maybe Leia will buzz in. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think they're actually going to do it? Do you think they would actually bring in Han, Luke, and Leia to try to bring people in to watch the film? I think it'll work. If they advertise it, I think it'll work. I think people will come in because they'll be curious to see what happens. Even if it's for 5 seconds, I mean, eventually it'll be leaked online and we'll all know what they do. Are they going to bring in young actors if they do that? Or are they just going to do the CGI thing, and do that again? It's hard to tell with Lucasfilm, but I guess we'll see next year in May. But that's my prediction. I'm sticking with it. Would love to hear yours. This is Jay. We will catch you next time.